Hello, it's the Friday Talkie, and it helps if you actually push the button to record before you start talking, because otherwise it doesn't work. I'm clever. So, how to be incredibly geeky and incredibly cool at the same time. Geeky. Voyager t-shirt. Ultra geeky. Space Invaders socks. Ow, that hurt. Yeah, see them. Ha! Thank you, Andrea. Cool. Thai beer. Yum. Singa. Premium import lager beer, the original Thai beer since 1933. Brewed in Bangkok, Thailand. Mmm. Actually, that's too far away. Come over here, Mr. Beer. So, as I move closer, what am I actually going to talk about today once I've finished twatting about? What I was going to talk about, I actually am still going to talk about, but God, here I go on one of those convoluted conversations. Well, it's a monologue, but you know. I was going to talk about the retro gaming community on YouTube and having a channel, what to expect, or rather what your expectations should or shouldn't be, or what some people's expectations are. I'll explain myself in a moment. I was going to do that, and then Trouble8385 went and did it already. He did a really good video, I think it was on Monday, on the subject. I do recommend going and watching that. I will link to it down there. And I watched that and I thought, well damn, I was going to do that and he did it so well. Is there any point me still doing it? And I was like umming and ahhing, but then Atsuma Karin said, well, we don't all watch his channel, so you do it as well. So I'm going to. Thanks, Ben. Made my mind up for me. I was really focused and knew exactly what I was going to say on Monday, and now I'm all over the place, so please excuse me if this is a load of waffle. Okay, here's the thing, and before, there may be 2 or 3 people who think I'm speaking specifically about them because they've spoken to me on this subject. No. I'm not singling out anyone like you said this and blah blah. It's just this is what inspired me, those conversations. They're what made me think on the subject. So I'm not singling anyone out at all, anyone who thinks that I am not. There is a thing. You'll recall I did a video a few weeks ago. It was like a response to the videos that were going around about the gaming community, or the retro gaming community is dying. And this is sort of connected with that. And I keep finding myself drawn onto this subject, and I'm not comfortable with that because I don't want to dwell on it. But anyway, I think there is sometimes a misconception about what the retro gaming community is. And also, some people have expectations when they start a YouTube channel. Some people want partnership, some people want lots of views, some people want lots of subscribers. They want something out of it, and 9 times out of 10 I would say they don't get what they want, and they get fed up, disillusioned, and they quit. They just, you know, not necessarily stop interacting on YouTube, but they stop making the videos and feel pretty fed up and are done by about it because they see other people doing the same thing and being really quite successful. And I suppose what I want to talk about is what is going on here, why some people are successful, why some aren't. and what it is good to expect or not expect, motivation, that kind of thing. I think, God, I am rambling. I wish I was more focused. And also, yes, tied in with that is a misconception, I think, I could be wrong, of what the retro gaming community is. And it's not just the retro gaming community, is it? Because there's some crossover with the current gen, just gaming community. There is some crossover, and the two things are not necessarily the same thing. They do attract different kinds of people. Now, I can't decide whether to start on the community thing or the expectations thing. God, badly thought out. Sorry about that. So, okay, yeah. I'll start with the channels. What sets apart a channel that does well from one that maybe doesn't? This is difficult because I don't want to be seen to be preaching like my channel's quite successful, so here's why yours isn't. I absolutely don't want to do that at all, because that's not what I'm about. This is just my observations, which are entirely opinion and liable to be completely wrong. So take it all with a pinch of salt, please. Okay, as I said, you've got your people with your expectations. They want partnership, they want lots of views, they want lots of subscribers, and if that's what they're coming in for, it's very likely that they're not going to succeed because of what people like to watch. And what they like to watch is someone who very often probably hasn't thought, I know what I'll do to get lots of viewers. That's not... People seem to be drawn to channels where the person making the videos is just doing their thing, either being themselves, which can be quite daft or quite serious or whatever, like they've got a strong character or something, and they might be making gameplay videos or pickups or any number of things, but they're being themselves and they're doing it in a specific way that only they can do, and that tends to be successful. And it's the lack of intention. They haven't gone in there with the intention of having a successful channel, that it's so clearly not what's on their mind when they're doing it, and that I think is what sets a lot of channels apart. And so it happens that someone will see these channels and think, I can do that as well, and I want to be as successful as them, and they try it and it just doesn't happen because people see the intent, or they see, I'm not going to say lack of originality, because many of these successful channels aren't original. How many of our channels are? I'm not doing anything anyone else isn't, but I'm having an amount of success, and I'm not even going to speculate on why, because I don't know. I do know I didn't have any expectation or intention or whatever when I started doing what I'm doing. It was, well, it was weird actually. I did a video of my collection just because I wanted to do a video of something, couldn't think of anything else. I was like, yeah, I've got this camera and I want to play with it. I want to upload a video. Here's this collection, let's put that on there. Someone might watch it, who knows, don't care. Did it. And all of a sudden people were watching it and saying, well, why don't you do some videos of your games as well? And since I wanted to make videos, just for the hell of it, because I had this camera and liked using it, I did. And people started watching them a bit. But he's sweating again because I just got out of the shower again. Yeah. And for the longest time I was doing absolute rubbish, and if you watch my very early videos you'll see I ain't got a bloody clue what I'm doing. And then one day I did this video which will forever be known as Super Fart Attack, and I had a bit of humour in it, quite a lot of humour in fact, and I was just laughing a lot while making it, and it really, it got a very positive reaction. At that point I realised, hold on, humour is a good thing in here, and I've been doing it kind of like that ever since. Just I realised nonsense was a good thing in my videos. But anyway, it's all about finding what works for you, what people react well to. But at the end of the day, if you're not doing what you're doing for fun, if you don't enjoy it, if you're doing it because you've seen other people doing it and you think, I can do that and I want something on my channel, so I'll do that, you will get an audience, but you might not get the audience you're looking for. And here's another thing. I've noticed this a lot, and this I think as well feeds into the whole "the gaming community is dying" thing that I keep hearing. You only ever get out what you put in, I believe. The kind of channel that you do dictates the kind of viewers that you get and the way those people react to you. Now, I absolutely love my audience. The people who watch this channel, who watch my videos, I think are fantastic. I like you people. You're intelligent, you're polite, you're knowledgeable. Yes, you know about the subject, and you're there for an interesting discussion on the subject. And that's great, because that's exactly what I wanted to get out of it. It's what I try to put in, and it's what I want out of it, and I get that, and it's like fantastic. Makes me very happy. It's not why I do this. I do this because I just love doing this. But I can understand how people would want that reaction, want that audience. And the problem is, no one is going to get the audience that I've got. Just like I'm not going to get the audience that Pete Dora's got. And I'm not talking about size, I'm talking about the kind of people. Because who you are dictates who watches and how they react to you. There are channels out there that I like. I find them very entertaining. I'm not going to name names. The person who, because it is really just one channel, but anyway, they are outspoken. They are not quite confrontational, but they really do call a spade, and can be a little bit, what's the word, controversial. They can be a little, make the odd controversial statement, and their audience, I've got to tell you, while I really enjoy their channel, I don't like their audience at all. I think they are a bunch of screaming dickheads, to be honest, and I'm very glad I don't have that audience. And that has got to colour the perception. The person who owns this channel, it must colour their perception of what the community is like, because whenever they do a video they get this bunch of assholes screaming at them and generally being quite abusive. And it just goes to show you, the kind of channel you have dictates the kind of audience you will get. And so you never get to see the whole of the community. You only get to see your own little bit. And if you've got a channel that you've had going for a little while and it's not really getting as much attention as you'd like, you've only got a very small audience, like a few comments here or there, I totally understand how people think, oh, this community thing is bullshit, it doesn't exist. I understand, because you only get to see what you get to see. And I don't know what the answer is. It's like, I try a lot to encourage people to start channels, but I think maybe, I don't know that I'm wrong to do that, but I think some channels are not, or the people running those channels are not going to succeed in the way they think they're going to, if their reasons are anything other than they're doing it for the love of it. And if they were going to do it for the love of it, they wouldn't need to be told, yeah, do it. They'd just be doing it. So, I don't know. Do you know what I'm saying? If you need to be encouraged to do it, maybe you shouldn't do it. Because if you're really going to be successful, If your heart is really in it, you don't need someone to tell you you should be doing it. You'll just do it. And I think anything other than that, your channel's probably not going to succeed, and you are going to be disappointed, and that's a shame. I hate it. It does. It makes me genuinely quite sad to see people who are disillusioned with the whole thing. God, this is turning out negative, isn't it? I don't know. I suppose the thing is, if you've got a channel that you want to succeed and it's not doing as well as you would like it to, but you're not ready to jack it in yet, I don't know. What do you want to do with it if it's not working as it is? Oh, and there's the other thing. Yes, interact. For God's sake, interact. Oh, yeah, I nearly forgot that. It is absolutely never, ever, ever going to work if you set up a channel and put out your videos and then wait for people to come to you, because it ain't going to happen. Absolutely will not work. You'll be sitting there putting up videos and no one's going to find you. Search is virtually useless anymore. No one's going to find you via search because there are 1,000,001 channels doing exactly the same thing. They might not be doing it in the same way, but if there's a channel that's got more subject matter than you, more material, been there longer, they're going to rank higher than you in a search, even if your videos are better than theirs. So you've got to interact, and that is the community thing. It is all about interacting. Go to them, go find channels that you like and subscribe to them, and comment. That's the most important thing. Comment on them, for goodness sake. Let them know what you think, and people will pay attention and come and see what you're about. And if you've got a channel, and if you have, they might like it and they might subscribe to it and they might shout you out. But shout outs are a double-edged sword as well. They can bring a lot of attention to your channel, but they can bring the wrong kind of attention, and sometimes that's not good. Yeah, a shout out from someone who's got an entirely different kind of audience could bring the kind of people to you who you just don't want there, or who won't like what you're doing, and so they'll be arseholes, because that happens. Yeah, don't hunt for shout outs ever, because you just piss people off. It really, really does. It's having someone come along and say, please shout out my channel. Don't do it. Is my camera still going? Hey, I've got 47 seconds left. Okay, I'm going to change the SD card. Okay, yeah. So, I don't remember where I was. Yeah, shout outs and stuff. I think also there is maybe a misconception that the community is there to support you. If you start a channel, all these people will be there and like it's a ready-made audience just waiting for you. Doesn't work that way at all. And I know I'm probably absolutely speaking the obvious, and 99% of you will get that anyway. I think there may be a misconception among the odd person who's thinking of starting up a channel, or just started one, or given up on one, or something. I don't know. I may be completely wrong. But the community, yeah, it is there and it does exist. But it won't come to you. I think that's what I mean. The community isn't going to just come to you. You've got to go to it. And that's what I mean when I talk about get out there. Find people. Don't wait for them to find you. You go find them, and you'll get an audience. And it does reach a point where it does snowball, and you don't have to keep going looking for people. It will reach a point where they will come to you, because enough people will have become aware of your channel that they'll talk about you, and other people will get to hear about you, and blah. It sort of snowballs. This is without a doubt the worst Friday talkie I have ever made. I'm totally unfocused, not entirely sure that I want to be talking about it anyway, because it smacks a bit of, hey, my channel's great, here's what you should do or shouldn't do, and that's not my intention. I'm just kind of addressing something that I've seen a bit of lately, and it does make me sad, because I don't like to see other people getting disillusioned because it didn't work out how they expected. I suppose ultimately what I mean is, if you are really, really enthusiastic about gaming or retro gaming or any other subject, love it, want to talk about it a lot in the real world, and you really, really want to make videos just because you really, really like making videos for the hell of it, make a channel. People will like it. If you like talking to people, get in there, talk to people. If this is what you want to do for the love of doing it, do it. If you want to be famous, want to be a partner, want something back, don't do it. Or expect to be disappointed. If you've got any kind of expectation whatsoever and you're doing it for any reason other than you love doing it, you're going to be disappointed, because it just doesn't work that way, because people can see it. They can see what you want, and if what you want is them, need is a big turn off. Okay, I think I've waffled enough on that. I'm not happy with this video at all. I'm sitting here smiling, trying to chuckle, but I'm really thinking, God, what are you waffling on about? Shut up. Okay, yeah, I'm going to do a shout out. Regardless of whether shout outs are a good thing or not, I'm doing one, so here it is. Okay, this, normally when I shout out a channel, it is for a channel that is, I won't say it's established, but it's been there for a little while and there are quite a few videos, and this one isn't. I wouldn't normally do this because there are only 2 videos here, and it's so brand new that he had no subscribers at all when I found him during the week. But anyway, this is Gamer's Living Room by a chap called, okay, I'm going to assume that's pronounced Simon. It's very interesting spelling. He's got 2 videos here, and they are, what's that game called? It's an Acorn Electron game. He had to split it between 2 videos because it's a big long game. Forgotten what the game's called. Let's have a look. Citadel, isn't it? I think it's Citadel. Anyway, it's an Acorn Electron game. I did a video of it. I was absolutely rubbish at it. This chap knows how to play the game and shows you how to play it. And as I always say on every video that I do of a shout out, I really like his manner. I like the way he does it. He's very calm, collected, whilst being enthusiastic. He's got a clarity of thought that he puts across in his videos. You know, every once in a while you come across a channel and you think, I really hope this channel does well, and this is one of those channels. He's going to be doing videos on other systems. He's got an Electron, Master System, Mega Drive, Saturn, Dreamcast, NET, you know, a few. You can see them there. Go and see for yourself. Yes, I like this channel, so go check him out. There will be a link down, you know, usual place. Gamer's Living Room. I think it's good. I hope he continues to do this, because this is like I was just talking about. He's doing it for the love of doing it, really. He's looking for feedback and whatnot. People to tell him, what am I doing right, what am I doing wrong. I don't actually think he needs any feedback. What he's doing is great. Keep doing it, Simon. What you're doing is good. Okay, there we go. Gamer's Living Room. Okay then, closing comments. You can see I've thought this out, can't you? More of the same. Sinclair ZX81 stuff. I will carry on doing some Shenmue stuff. I'm kind of tailing that off a little bit, so it's not going to be like every night and blah blah, but I will still be doing some of those. I've got a PlayStation 1 game that I'm going to do a video of, very kindly sent to me by 28D Ryan. Thanks, D. I haven't tried it yet. I'm going to, as I said, I'm going to do a video of that. Yeah, I'm not sure how long I'm going to stick at the 1K ZX81 games, because I have got quite a few of them, but they are kind of excruciating to, I mean, they're amusing to play purely for novelty value, and I mean there is some historical value in showing them, just to show how basic things were, quite literally. But I think they're probably quite excruciating to watch after a while, so I'm going to do some 16K ones as well. Yeah, I don't know if I'll move exclusively onto 16K or mix the 1K with the 16K. I don't know, I don't plan these things too well. I just do what I feel like. Doesn't that sound like something I was saying earlier? Okay. I will shut up now. Yeah. Can you hear the insecurity? I'm projecting to sound confident, but really I'm like, oh shit, this isn't going well. Okay, thank you for watching.